7 stone 13, pound advantage then. Not that it makes much difference because this fellow punches as hard as though he would double the weight. Referee Carlos Padilla, the Filipino who refereed Ali Frazier, who's now from Las Vegas and of course has done 50-odd world championships. Well, you know what they say in Thailand, so long as you can count up to 10, that's good enough when Chitalada's in the ring. But Ahn really is the genuine #1 and a tough little nut. But Chitalada's really got this manner of treating, well, opponents a little bit with contempt. And certainly he really looked the business when he defeated Charlie Magri in London. That was a 4-round job back in '85. And 5 of his last 7 fights have been championships. Jim, you could really rate this fellow pound for pound one of the best in the world today.
Yeah, Chitalada is an excellent champion. He can do a little bit of everything. He can fight going forward, going back, excellent reflexes and tremendous punching power. So what more do you need?
Well, judging from the start here, you won't have to go looking for Mr. Ahn, that's for sure. Typical Korean-style fighter. There was a time when the old champion Terry Spinks was a coach to the Korean amateur team. But now they've got very professional, very walk-in style, which will suit Chitalada. It's amazing how he really comes in inside the 8 stone flyweight limit. I think he must have hollow legs because he really digs hard. Although only 14 fights, he had so many as what they call the Muay Thai fighter in Thailand, the kickbox stuff, that you've got to take that into account. Oh, the crowd are not too pleased when Padilla reminds the champion not to pull the man on. Now, a straight punch had him going there. As I was saying, he really digs hard. Well, if he can stop this Korean in the opening round, that really would be a performance, and the uppercut came in and did it there. Ordered to the neutral corner there, Padilla, making sure then that Chitalada stays there while he's giving him the mandatory 8. And don't come out before I say box on. Good referee, Padilla. Up, and he's got to get a bit right-hand happy, particularly with the uppercut. Straight punches, Jimmy, knocked the man down there with.
Yeah, I think it was actually the jab that caused all the problems there. The uppercut knocked him over. Just a little stagger from Chitalada there, I think more from a push from Ahn. But that was a cracking left jab. No, more of a slip there.
Yeah, a little bit of a clout round the ear and a slip too, but the referee's not giving a count. And the crowd signalling every punch that comes in from the champion. Talk about getting home support. They're going crazy for him here. Almost sizing him up as we look at the replay there, and there it is, that long jab that comes in. What a potent punch that turned out. And then he dives back in again, and he's looking now for the uppercut. There it is, winds it up, almost bolo fashion, that's called. And really under fire here, isn't he, the Korean, in the opening round. Normally they can stand up to punishment, well-trained fighters like this, but I think he's wondering what hit him now. And he needs that rest by the look of it. Well, already throwing quite a lot of water over champion and challengers in the corners here. You'd think after 1 round they'll try and keep them a bit warm, although of course the conditions are warm enough. And in the champion's corner, acting as the cut man, Charlie Atkinson from Liverpool. As I say, they're really giving him the wash and brush up treatment there, Chitalada. And they get a bit excited, these seconds, but I suppose that comes from the kickboxing routines when they rub them down every muscle. Into the second, and the Korean now really knows what a good champion this Thailander is, when you can be knocked down with a straight punch and just yanking those trunks up there and falling a little bit below the foul-proof protector. But he's a gutsy man, Ahn. He's He's come out from the corner there willing to take the fight to Chitalada, which could be a bit risky, Jim, couldn't it?
Well, I don't think Ahn can hope to match Chitalada at long range because he's far too sharp, too quick and too stiff a puncher. I think for any success, Ahn's going to have to get up close and work with a volume of punches. And he's trying to do that now, but he must try to keep Chitalada under pressure.
Well, I'll give Ahn his due here. He doesn't seem to be overawed by the crowd, but he's certainly a bit overawed by the stiff punching that's coming his way. Oh, what a dig there. The crowd knew it. They kind of signalled that one, and it really dug in the ribs. Only boxed in London, Chitalada. He went to Kuwait and boxed the Mexican Freddy Castillo, an ex-champion. He won that, of course. Oh, he's got him rocking again now, the Korean. He's certainly working on that uppercut, Jim. He's going crazy with that, Chitalada.
Yeah, I'm amazed at the power Chitalada can generate. These are tremendous punches. They're not getting straight through on target, but tremendous power.
A lot of people, flyweights, think they tip and tap, but weight for weight, they hurt as much as heavyweights, Jim, don't they?
Yeah, well, as you said earlier, I don't really think Chitalada punches like a flyweight.
There's so much composure and power there, and he's got these long arms, Chitalada. He's able to just pull back from punches when he wants to. He looks as though he could reign forever the way he's going, assuming he can always get down to 8 stone without having to drag himself too much. He looked relaxed enough against Magri, away from home, strange surroundings, cold weather. But certainly in his home rings, Jim, I mean, he's really got all the confidence, hasn't he?
Well, I think he now has the confidence of being a real champion. He's held the title long enough to know he is the best around, and it really looks as though he believes in himself.
His only loss, strange enough, has been to a Korean, Chitalada, Jung-Koo Chang. Sounds more like the takeaway than the fighter. That was back in '84. That was at the light flyweight division, 7-7. Rather like the 7 Sunrai, isn't it? Don't pick this man to fight the battles, pick the guy who beat him. Whatever happened to Mr. Chang? So as we can see in replay there, I mean, once the champion's got him off the hook, he really gets a bit wild with the uppercuts, but it doesn't matter where they land, they all hurt. So on this split screen now, Jim, I mean, he just can carry on doing what he wants here. I don't know what cornermen need to say to this champion.
No, I think they just have to leave him to do his act. He does so much naturally. Sometimes the ex-kickboxers do unnatural things, but they've got such perfect balance. They're so difficult to catch. I don't really think you want to change Chitalada's act. Just leave him doing exactly what he is doing.
And into the third round then. And it's going well for the champion, having had the Korean down. And if it does go the distance, well, the judges are from Australia, the Philippines and Mexico. The referee Padilla does not vote. He's almost showing that right uppercut now, dropping his hands in semi-contempt. And let's face it, this is a very useful challenger. A little name on his record there, he beat Miguel Mercedes from the Dominican Republic there on, who was the brother of Aloncio, the former world champion who boxed Magri. So he's been in top company, and considering he only won 3 of his first 6 fights, oh, a little bit of showing off there. Touch of the Ray Leonards coming in. I think Chitalada needs to do that, Jim. He's too much of a class little fighter to do the showy stuff, isn't he?
Yeah, we could do without that, but since the beginning of this round, he's just kept the challenger exactly at the range he wants him at. He's just keeping out of range of his own punch. A nice little punch from and there. But we've already seen Chitalada has an excellent chin.
Well, the referee's got to be on his toes here with these flyweights. It's a bit nippy. What a game guy he is, the Korean. Just to give you an idea of what this weight means then, the British champion, the Irishman Dave McCauley, was actually only 16 ranked in the world, and Duke McKenzie of London is the European champion, but he is now the #2 contender. Well, I hand it to Korean Jim now. He's walked into trouble there. I mean, he's gone in looking to try and nail Chitalada, and then suddenly he's got caught. And he could have done the stand down on a knee or two. He was going to get the 8 count, but I think he needed a bit more rest. He's really doing a tuning up job here, isn't he, the champion?
Well, that's twice we've seen the champion having the power to really hurt Ahn with single punches. It's not an accumulation, just one bomb out of the blue, and twice he's gone over.
Got such a good variety of punches. That straight jab we've seen early on, the right hand uppercut. Obviously now, look, I see the left hook and the left hand uppercut. What else is left? And the thing is with Ahn, I mean, he would beat more fighters that can beat him, Jim, and yet he's just getting outclassed at times and outpunched.
Yeah, he just doesn't have the champion sharpness and his ring knowledge. Ahn has been doing really the same things all the way through. Plenty of heart, plenty of commitment, but he doesn't quite have the same technique or the same ideas the champion has.
One or two borderline blows coming in, but Chitalada couldn't care less at this stage. I suppose when you've been in the kickboxing game, it's quite a relief to have somebody hit you with gloves on. So now you can see in the replay, Jim, as he gets the counter punch.
So it's just one single shot, bang on target, and over goes the challenger, a cracking uppercut.
So there's Padilla collecting the judges' cards after each round. And in previous fights, we've had Roland Dakin and Harry Gibbs from England now judging Chitalada, but they haven't needed too many points at the end. He's always been fairly comfortable. We had a draw against Gabriel Bernal of Mexico, who was a really good champion too, but then he came back and twice defeated him after that. And he hasn't been that active, Chitalada, actually. It's his first fight this year. So they're going to need all the ice packs now for Ahn of Korea, who's been on the deck, but he still keeps wading in. Coming out for the 4th. And almost as though he's hardly worked up the sweat now, Chitalada. He's picked his punches beautifully. And of course, Ahn has... well, he's played into the champion's hands. He's just gone looking for him too much. There's no point in backing this fellow off, Jim. He can still do it.
Yeah, well, as I said, he can box going forward, box going back. He's really learned everything. A low punch there, but I don't think it was worth bothering about.
No, the crowd thought so. They had a little bit of a nobble at the referee there. Challenger keeps coming out full of fire. You'd think he'd start being just a bit hesitant to say, hey, what's coming next?
But obviously the challenger wants to win, and the only way he's going to win is if he pushes himself forward. If he stands off, he has absolutely no chance whatsoever.
Well, he's got so much advertising around the trunks there, the challenger. I wonder if he's somebody who booked the soles of his shoes or not, the way he's been on the deck. Oh, there he goes again. He uses the jab to open it up, Jim, and then that right hand comes in. It really is a bit of a poleaxe job. But you think the left-hand jab's really doing the work, isn't it? It's such a pole action.
Yeah, well, Ahn's actually having a bit more success in this round than he's had earlier. He's pushing the champion back more often. Actually giving him a few problems here.
Good to see a challenger coming off the floor like this and trying to come back. I admire that. He's such a good evasive fighter, though, Chitalada, as well. Apart from having that extra reach that just gets him out of trouble, even when he's close in, you see he misses a share of punches. Everything's brilliantly countered now with Chitalada. He's pulling on a little bit there, and again, the crowd didn't like that as well. The man's winning easily enough, but they still want it going all their way. It almost just shaved past the chin, and I don't think he's going to make it either. He'd already been well softened up, and it was so much out of the blue, that punch. It seemed as though the right hand was blocked, but the left hand just shaded past enough to have him over. And in the fourth then, Chitalada retains the World Flyweight Championship. And the usual carrying around the ring then, and the crowd loving every minute of it. Now, we'll have a look at replay, Jim.
Yeah, the punch just seemed to land just at the end of its distance. Yeah, just managed to catch the chin, and I think the challenger bumped his head on the canvas pretty sorely as he went over. Yep, there he goes, yep, which didn't help his cause any.